Garar, is that how you say your name? I appreciate it. I said tier 2 sub on YouTube, my friend. Absolutely fucking insane. Getting into this chat. Prepare for competitive 6v6 in Overwatch 2. While developers are not ready to swap the core format of the game, 6v6 is here to stay in some form, with a mini competitive season launching during Season 15. So I'm looking right here, and it says, well, the developers are not ready to swap the core format of the game. So does that mean they're not ready to... It literally says, maybe we're going back to 6v6, chat? It looks like... It sounds like we're going back to 6v6. The developers don't want to do that yet. But, I mean, are they trying to get us ready for it? But I will say, the one thing you can't do in this game, and I'm sorry, I have to say it, whether you love 5v5 or 6v6, chat, I don't think you can have both. I don't think, because you are basically splitting the player base. You know how long the queues are right now? Imagine it even longer, because you're splitting up the player base. Some people want to play 5v5, some people want to play 6v6. I don't think that's the way to go. I don't. But I am gonna check out the full article. We are, bro. I just wanted to look at this tweet. Brother. I just wanted to look at this real quick. Jeez, man. Okay, chat. Okay, now we're looking at this. So this is director's take, looking back and looking ahead. Hey everyone, it's our first director's take of the year. The team had a great break and we're super excited for Season 15 and beyond. You might have noticed our recent announcement for the Overwatch 2 Spotlight, and I can't wait for you to see what we have coming up during the first few seasons of this year. So for this blog, I want to spend a little time looking at some of the changes we made last year, talk about how they went, and how we want to improve them for the coming year. All while shamelessly plugging Overwatch 2 Spotlight. Let's get into it. We started last year with a set of changes targeted at moment-to-moment gameplay in our competitive systems. We made a set of broad changes to our core PvP gameplay by rebalancing our heroes' health pools, changing projectile sizes, and reworking passives. We are also completely overhauled our competitive system. We think that the idea of a yearly refresh to the game was successful, and we are looking to have a major update to the way it plays every year. So chat, major update, bro. However, we want to go even bigger in 2025. Details to come into the spotlight, as well as the next director's take blog. We are pretty happy with the new direction of the competitive play. The game is now more approachable for new players, and it's easier than ever to group up with your friends and play together in competitive. I don't know if you guys used to play when there used to be an LFG thing in the game. I actually kind of missed that. I don't know why they took that out. This just reminded me of that thing. This approach to doing a rank reset worked well and gave players, both new and seasoned, a new skill tier to reach. However, Champion has been proven a little too difficult for our top players to achieve. As we approach Season 15, we are looking to adjust how players rank into different skill tiers after we reset the ranks again. So, hey, remember, we're looking at a new reset to ranks. Our highest ranks will shift to include a larger percentage of our total... Oh, wait, sorry. Our highest ranks will shift to include a larger percentage of our total player population, and we should see more players earn the right to call themselves champions. I don't know if I like that. They basically came out with a new rank, champion, because a GM was getting too full, chat. The difference between a low GM and a high GM was night and day. Now I feel like they're just doing the same thing again, and they're gonna have to... I don't know. We're also looking to introduce some new systems to our competitive play, and first of which will be announced in a few weeks. Interesting. We've heard two primary complaints about 2024's competitive weapon reward, Jade weapons. One of the biggest criticisms we've heard is how our Jade weapon variants are getting vaulted at the end of this season. Competitive weapons are intended to show your involvement in our competitive queues per year. As time goes by, you will have a different set of weapons based on how often you play the game, play comp each year. Keeping competitive weapons limited to the year gives them the ability to tell that story. Some of you have been hoping for a weapon skin that has a higher end look to it, and we've got something for 2025 that is pretty spectacular. Ooh, chat, what do you guys think it is? It's gonna be a little interesting. They went Jade, they have gold. I wonder what it's next. So while Jade weapon variants are going away for now, we've got an amazing new weapon variant to collect in 2025, and it will be out of this world. Ooh, maybe that's a hint, chat. Maybe it's a hint. Out of this world. Maybe it's gonna be galaxy guns, space guns. It's kind of interesting. Additionally, we also love the response to drives and think it's a great way to end each season, which is why for the final season of 2024 season, we're offering double the competitive points you could get. Oh, double the competitive points. That means Jade weapons for everyone. Okay, now let's look at heroes. The 3 heroes this past year have been some of our most mobile and 3-dimensional heroes yet. Our quirky and adventurous archaeologist, Venture, quite literally got underneath opponents and shook things up. Juno glided into the scene with a unique vertical range to keep her allies healthy. And finally, Hazard brought a new level of anarchy as our first tank that can wall climb. Each of these heroes has introduced a level of verticality that really makes battles more dynamic. And we want to continue bringing new heroes that could be engaging for both those of you using them and the opponents playing against them. Oh, what are you guys spamming? I can't read that right now. Looking ahead to 2025, we are looking into how we can make all of our heroes more engaging and unique for players. This is something that the team is wanting to change up and look forward to sharing more soon. Did I mention that you're going to want to check out the Spotlight? We also ran our first 6v6 events last year and early this year. These took the form of 6v6 role queue and 6v6 minimum 1, maximum 3. The role queue version accounted for nearly 10% of all play hours in the game for most of its event run. For reference, our role queue quick play mode accounts for roughly 35 to 40% of play hours. This was lower during the 6v6 tests. There are definitely a demand for a mode with this team size, but it's still uncertain how large that demand is. We're going to run a mini competitive season of 6v6 starting mid-season 15. It's still a little early to say what 6v6 places in an Overwatch with a decent amount of people playing it. I think that it's probably here to stay in some form, but so far, we're not ready to swap the core format of the game. So does that mean if more people play 6v6 chat, they're ready to swap the core of the game and go back to 6v6? This is a mess. I feel like this is just all a mess right now. We went from Overwatch 1 not being updated for like 2 to 3 years to coming out to Overwatch 2, a free-to-play game, which is good in my opinion. Free games should be free to play. It gets more people can get their hands on the game. But we went from Overwatch 1, a 6v6, to an Overwatch 2, 5v5, and they also brought in PvE. So that's why they called it Overwatch 2. But now they took away the PvE, and now we're going probably back to 6v6. So what's the difference? Other than Overwatch just went free to play. I don't know what the point of Overwatch 2 was. I mean, that's if they switch to 6v6 chat. That's if. I do think going the free to play is one of the best things they've ever done though. Okay, anyways. Speaking of game modes, we want to take a moment onto what to expect for Clash and Quick Play and Competitive. Oh man, this is my favorite game mode, chat. Please. No, are they... Okay, good. It still hasn't started. We're almost done. This past year, we introduced Clash, which was inspired by the original's assault maps, but gave players a chance to attack and defend throughout the course of the match. Clash has some really good matches, but we also seen a lot of constructive feedback. Right now, Clash has a few problems, with some of the matches having a team steamroll and ending the match much faster than the typical Overwatch game. It can be also be confusing as to which point is active for some players. So, starting in Season 15, Clash maps are going to be removed out of competitive play as we take time to look at these maps and work to find ways to deliver the best competitive experience for all players. So it does sound, I don't know, chat. Overwatch has done this, I think, before. It does sound they're taking out Clash. Clash was my favorite. I actually fucking loved Clash. But they're taking it out and they're going to rework it. Maybe. Who knows if this is going to be the last time we see those Clash maps. Maybe they don't even, maybe they say they're going to rework it, but then they're not going to rework it and they're going to be never seen again. Who knows? We'll keep you updated on the progress we make there. In the meantime, we're going to keep Clash and Quick Play and other unranked game modes. Okay, so it's still going to be in Quick Play. That's fine. I like that. I love Clash, chat. I'm sorry. I love Clash. I really don't like Flashpoint. I don't like those maps. I love Clash, though. 2024 was a huge year, but I know 2025 is going to be even bigger, and I can't wait for the team to share more in Overwatch 2 Spotlight on February 12th. It was hard to write this one last time, I promise. So until then, let's make a great game. I'm actually okay. See, listening and reading all this, chat. I'm really interested in what's going on February 12th. I really want to see what changes they're making, because they have to make some really good changes right now if they want people to come back. But I'm kind of interested. This was actually a really good blog that they came out with. Aaron Keller came out with it. So it looks like, what did we learn, chat? It looks like they're getting rid of Jade. They're coming out with something better. They're getting rid of Clash, but keeping it in Quick Play. They're coming out with 6v6, a mini competitive 6v6, which I might want to do. I want to try that out. But they're still going to have 5v5. Are you willing to come back? I don't even know what that means. Brother, I could play 2 games at the same time. I don't know. I never even left Overwatch in the first place. Anyways, going back to something a little bit better. What else? They're announcing heroes that they came out with 3 mobile heroes. I wonder what they're going to come out with next season. I'm pretty sure maybe on February 12th they announce what character we're probably going to see, chat. I really want to know what kind of characters that we're going to get. Interesting. Interesting, chat. Interesting. Okay, here you go. Back to this. Extremely